Artur Beterbiev returns and gets a stoppage over Deines. Let's talk about it. Well, good morning to you fight fans. It was return of Artur Beterbiev. He gets a 10th round stoppage over his opponent, Deines. Let's get right into the pros and the cons, and let me start with Deines. The pros is that, in my opinion, he came to win the fight and not just be an opponent. The reason I say that is because Deines was throwing punches the whole fight. Even when he was getting hit, even when he was getting hit hard, he was throwing punches. He was throwing counter punches. He was catching punches from Artur and returning. He, at some point, was trying to walk Artur down. He gave a very positive vibe that he was in there to win the fight and not just be an opponent. My cons for Deines would be, I would have liked to see more footwork. We all know that Artur is a hard puncher, and I would have liked to see him gave a little more footwork and maybe some different angles to try to get in and maybe extend the fight, to maybe not stand there and be in front of Artur and take some of those hard shots, which is what ended up wearing him down as the fight went on. As for Beterbiev, the pros would be, I would say, everything. This man hasn't fought in over a year and a half. I think I saw the stat that said it's been 519 days. So that means he hasn't fought since 2019. But he looked sharp, in my opinion. He looked sharp. He looked poised. He looked calm. He was throwing all of his punches. He was throwing the hook. He was throwing the overhand right. He was throwing the short, straight right hand. He was throwing the uppercut that was splitting the guard. And he was doing pretty good body work, which is what I think wore Deines down in the end. As far as the cons go, I would say defense. I thought that Beterbiev got hit too much by Deines. And with the guy who they say he may be fighting next, he cannot be standing there taking those kind of shots. Let's talk about the fight a little bit. The first round, which is usually more of a fill-out round, and it was, but we got a knockdown in that round. Beterbiev hit so hard that shot that he hit Deines with actually grazed the top of his head. That's one of those shots that throws off your equilibrium and throws off your balance and knocks you over. I think that's what made Deines go down. He was off balance. I'm not saying he wasn't hurt a little bit, but he was more off balance. The beautiful thing about it is that when we go into the second round, Deines didn't show any effects of being affected by that. What I mean is that he still was coming forward and he still was fighting. He was not gun shy like the Okoli Glowacki fight yesterday that I watched, where Glowacki seemed pretty gun shy. Deines did not seem gun shy, and we all know Beterbiev has concussive hitting power. He still was coming forward and he took lots of punishment, and he did from rounds 2 through 9. But by the 6th round, I began to see him wear down. I think the body work was getting to him that Beterbiev was putting on him. And I think those hard shots, even up high, was wearing him down. By the 10th round, they're going toe-to-toe again. Beterbiev catches him with a short left hook that just stunned him, and he was already going down. Beterbiev threw another right hand that kind of grazed him, but he was going down from the left hook. He gets up, and his corner rightfully stops the fight. The fight was over. Beterbiev wins, and his knockout streak continues. So now let's talk about, where do we go from here? It sounds very clear to me that when Joe Smith fights in 2 weeks, or 3 weeks, I think it is, that if Joe Smith wins, that he and Artur will fight sometime this summer for a unification fight. I love it. That will be a good fight to see, and I think it's a pretty good style matchup. I'm going to say this for Beterbiev. He better tighten up that defense going up against Joe Smith, because he's not going to be able to take those shots that Joe is going to throw like he did with Deines. I think Deines had decent power, but he didn't have enough power to stop a big guy like Beterbiev. But there are some other fights that Artur could also take. Now, maybe it will be after the Joe Smith fight. Now, you can call me sadistic, but I still want to see Beterbiev Kovalev. I know Kovalev is past his best days. I know that whatever he had left in the tank, Alvarez took it out. I think he's won a fight since then, but no matter, I have been wanting to see this fight since Beterbiev turned pro. Beterbiev against Kovalev. Let's just get this fight out the way, and he can go ahead and retire Kovalev. But what do you want to see? Do you want to see Beterbiev fight Joe Smith next And then after that, maybe fight Bivol or someone else in that top 5, top 10 light heavyweight division. Are you like the announcers? Do you want to see maybe Alvarez unify at super middleweight, see Beterbiev unify at light heavyweight, and have them meet for the light heavyweight title? I don't really want to see that fight right now. What I want to see is Beterbiev fight light heavyweights. Let him fight Joe Smith. Let him fight Bivol. Let him fight Kovalev. And let him just do his thing. Other than that, that's all I got. Tell me what you think. Give me your comments. If you haven't already, like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. So every time it rings, we can talk boxing. Other than that, fight fans, that's all I got. I'll holler at y'all later.